our power. Standing in for my brother Jerubbaal, Captain Jerubbaal. Man, they got to cut all this suppression out, man. Give everybody opportunity to come on in. Set up my secondary screen. Shalom, dog. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, brother. Pray that you had a blessed feast of dedication. Had a blessed feast of dedications. Just giving everybody the opportunity to come on in before we get to rocking. Everybody out here running around like a chicken with their head cut off for this pagan holiday. Going Walmart lines all the way down the aisle. They don't know how to act. I just go check out in electronics. I'm not finna stand in it. I'm not finna do it. Especially when I'm coming for simple things like tea. You know what I'm saying? Hate all these holidays. The last 3 of the year is the worst. Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas is theirs, not ours. Just giving everybody the opportunity to come on in. Y'all hit that like, share, subscribe as y'all come in. Help spread the word of the Most High to the 4 corners of the earth. Nothing keep y'all up too late. This week's lesson, if you celebrating Christmas, you hate Christ and love pagan worship. I'll say it again. If you're celebrating Christmas, you hate Christ and you love pagan worship, right? Because they don't care nothing about the affliction that our people going through. Parents going broke, trying to buy things your kids ain't gonna play with for 2 weeks, right? Can't get it. Now there's arguments in the household. You didn't get me this. I be seeing these videos. Oh, I want a PlayStation 5. They don't get it. They slam dunking that thing. I mean, who's recording all this stuff? Number one. I be hoping that a lot of it be fake. You know what I'm saying? Little stage stuff. Try and go viral, whatever. Exactly. They don't even know the meaning of Christmas. And when you tell them, then they put it on the kids, man. You don't love them kids. You do not love them kids, bro. Because the thing is, if you're willing to lie to your child about something like this, your children are going to realize, Mama a liar. So my daddy probably do love me. And he ain't here because of her. You see what I'm saying? Simple things like that. Simple things like that. I don't know why they stop you from saying Bitcoin. That's kind of weird, but all they do is drink and do drugs. Yeah, that's it. And buy a whole bunch of things that's marked up that they mark back down. It's just a game, right? But this has been happening to our people for centuries. For centuries, right? You don't want no Christmas on the plantation. I mean, that's someone gonna say, well, today's Christmas. Y'all niggas ain't gotta pick me no cotton. It ain't going for that. He want that cotton. You better not get no blood on it, right? But people need to wake up and learn the history of who we are. It's that simple. You think that you're Africans, you'll line up to go see Black Panther, you go get you a dashiki from the flea market, right? You think you're close, but no cigar. But America's gonna say, no, you're in a kata. Not Wakanda, a kata, right? They don't care anything about it. But again, our people don't know. They perish for a lack of knowledge, right? We're going to start out in First Maccabees, chapter 10, and we'll go right to it, verse 46. All right? I want to start out with, I'm going to go with 10 and 46. Start out there. The book of First Maccabees, chapter 10, verse 46. Now when Jonathan and the people heard these words, they gave no credit unto them, right? Can't trust no heathens, bro. Can't give no credit unto them words, right? Nor receive them, because they remembered the great evil that he had done in Israel, for he had afflicted them very sore, right? You know what we're talking about? King Demetrius, right? He was the one that afflicted us very sore. So when they tell us, oh yeah, y'all gonna get a stimulus check, y'all gonna get all these other things, right? Y'all forgot about them, how y'all went crazy about them food stamps. We ain't had no job. Y'all forgot about how crazy y'all went with that, right? That's why our ancestors said, look, we're not gonna receive those words. Oh yeah, we're gonna put Harriet Tubman on the $10 bill. You ain't gonna never see that, right? Unless it's Photoshop, right? We can't give no credit under what did these heathens say to us. We have to remember the great evil that they done to Israel, right? They want you to remember summer camp, right? They want you to remember the summer camp, the small hat summer camp. Remember that? Okay? If you know I'm going with it, small camp, summer camp, right? They want you to remember that. They want you to remember, let's go to New York. They want you to remember that. Mm-hmm. They want you to remember that. They want you to remember Pearl Harbor. They want you to remember Vietnam. They want you to remember all of these things, but what they don't want you to remember is that you are the children of Israel. Shalom, Moses the messenger, right? Shalom, film over rock, right? They want you to remember all of that, right? They make museums about it, right? They want you to remember that, but they do not want you to remember that you are a great people. They do not want you to remember that you have a God that will fight for you. They want you to remember it's half off. Order now. 2-day shipping for free. Any other time they charge you through the nose for shipping. But now you can get that 2-day shipping for free if you buy it right now. And now I'm gonna tell you what they're doing now, right? Now they got something where they're gonna charge you a fee for returning. Remember how they say you want a gift receipt? In case you want to turn it back, you want a gift receipt? Now, when you buy certain things, it ain't like how it used to be. You get your money back or exchange. It's a penalty now. You gonna like this gift. You're gonna take these socks. You're gonna take this sweater. You're gonna take it. But if you don't, we taking a little bit off the top. We can't go for that no more. Because now it turns into a little game. You see what I'm saying? These heathens have gotten to the point where they're like, nah, we ain't going for it. Now, when the scripture says that they remember the great evil that he had done, let's see who created this, who had done this great evil in Israel. Because he afflicted us very sore, right? Let's see who they're talking about. King Demetrius, right? Jump up to verse 3. Stand in the same chapter. The book of First Maccabees, chapter 10, verse 3. Moreover, Demetrius sent letters unto Jonathan with loving words. See, here you go. With loving words, so as he magnified him. For said he, let us first make peace with him before he joined with Alexander against us. Right? Didn't the Egyptians say that? Didn't the Egyptians say that? Let's go ahead and do it before they get with our enemies. It's all the same playbook for these heathens now. It's all the same, right? They knew that we had strength in numbers, but we didn't need those numbers. They knew that we had a God that was going to fight for us. That's where it came in, right? It says, for said he, let us first make peace with him before he joined with Alexander against us. Else he will remember all the evils we have done against him and against his brethren and his people. Right? That's how they going to play with you. Ain't no more gift receipts now. Let's go ahead and do this early, because if he gets with Alexander, it's a problem. Right? When you get out here and you speak out against the institution and you telling people, hey, Christ wasn't born on Christmas, that ain't true. So Christ was born in the winter? Well, that's God's son. Now you believe in God. But when there's a logic in regards to his mother was human, right? Joseph was there as well, his father, right? That had actually happened. But what they'll say is, oh yeah, he could be born in one of the coldest places to have a winter. He can do that. Christ was born during Passover. And like I said last week, if you're out here trying to throw Christ a birthday party during Christmas, right? But you worshiping Santa, we're going to take our kids to sit on Santa's lap. Really? I don't know if they're screening Santa, right? Y'all not canceling Santa for letting kids sit on his lap, is you? But you cancel everything else, right? They're going to get you one way or another. They got 100 different ways to get you. They're going to get your kids in school, and your kids come home indoctrinated. All right? Why do you think so many kids, when you take them to the mall, to take pictures with the Easter Bunny, or to take pictures with Santa Claus, they acting a plumb fool in there. They screaming, they crying, they carrying on, because they trying to tell you, no, bro, don't do this. Right? No, do not do this. But guess what? These parents, they don't care. I don't want the picture. I took a picture of Santa Claus. You are too. Taking them through the fire. Taking them right through the fire. And we don't even realize it. And the ones that do realize it, they don't care. That's all they say is for the kids. They don't love them kids. They don't love them kids. That's why you can't feel bad for them, right? God. Yeah, I was going to the Heathen Confederation. I was going to touch on that a little bit. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Because, see, we got to remember that great evil that they done in Israel. Slave plantation, butt breaking, native killing, land stealing pilgrims showed up. Oh, we lost. Just like in the movies. They come ring your doorbell. Smelling like canines. Ring your doorbell. We ran out of gas. 2 girls and a dude. You think you can help us? Now they came in the house with them things, and it's a problem. Now they finna sacrifice you to the God they serve. They've been doing this. They've been doing this, bro. That's why they make all the horror movies. They magnify and idolize being murderers. Straight up. Every horror movie that you can think of, except one, It's an Edomite. Freddy Krueger, Edomite. Jason, Edomite. Michael Myers, Edomite. Hellraiser, Edomite. The It Clown, Pennywise, Edomite. Chucky, Edomite. Right? Everyone, Killer Clowns, Edomite. And I'm sure y'all can think of more. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Edomite. They gave us one. They said, we'll let y'all Negroes have one. Just one. We give you Candyman. We give you that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Gun. Hellraiser, everything. They got the movie. They love to idolize what they really are. They never say, well, we were warriors, now we were Vikings. Right? And then when you see the Viking movies, they're out there just doing however, whatever, right? They magnify Alexander the Great. You seen that movie? He was the first, having the first Diddy parties. Y'all getting on Diddy about what he did. Look at what Alexander the Great did. And they magnify that. They magnify that to this day. He was the great. Yeah. Yeah, the great sodomite. And most I had to take him out with an STD, man. Because he wasn't going to stop. He was not going to stop. But when we look at this in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5:1, we have to remember the great evil. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness, right, before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his laborers. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Mr. Crockett. I'm not sure. Mr. Crockett, I'm kind of horror movie type thing. I'm assuming he probably is, because all Esau do is magnify the killers. Charles Manson, right? All they do is, what was it? Teddy Bundy, right? Timothy McVeigh. All of these people who are mass murderers, right? But then they'll flip it. Well, you shoot each other down in the neighborhood. Where we get the guns from? Where do we get the drugs from? Right? Mr. Crockett probably, man, we out here eating Betty Crocker. Mr. Crockett probably wicked as I don't know what. But that's the thing. Now, when you show them that, they can't deal with that. When you can give them horror movie after horror movie after horror movie after horror movie, The Exorcist. What y'all in that mess of? It's never a little Shaniqua they got the demon on them. No. You know why? Because they don't remember the great evil that they've done to Israel in our mind. Our mind, a lot of our minds are possessed and broken. Because you got to be possessed to go get another person's hair follicles and then attach them to your hair follicles and wear it like it's nothing. That's, to me, that's like some, what's that dude that wear people's skin? Was that, it was one of them Edomites wearing people's skin, man. Right? The dude that was in Silence of the Lambs, eating people. Leatherface. All of these people are Edomites, right? But again, we gonna trust Indiana Bob. Wow. Jack the Ripper. All of these people are Edomites, right? They show up. I'm lost. I need help. You turn around, they cut your throat. But then now, when you get pulled over by the police, they got their hand on their gun. And when you tell them, I'm not going to hurt you, I don't have a weapon, the first thing they say is, how do I know that? I'm afraid for my life. You got on a class, whatever vest, right? You got training. You got several weapons on you. And you worried about if I got a weapon. If you're so afraid, why somebody over by yourself? Why are you doing it? Because again, a lot of times they're wicked. They're looking for something. They're looking for a easy, let me run the tag. Oh yeah, he looked like he do that. Let me pull him over. And when you find out he don't do that, now you try to make it argumentative type situation. You did this. No, I didn't. I didn't do that at all. Right? Because when you stay calm with them, they try to take it another level because they're going to assume that our people are argumentative because of what we show them online. Right? But the thing is when you stand with great boldness, right, in the face of those who afflicted us and they make no accounts for our labor, they don't like that. They don't like that at all. Right? That's when they get to flipping things on you. Right? That's when they get to flipping things on you. Yeah, I remember when the girl had got the perfect score on the SAT, the little black girl. What did they say? Oh, she cheated. She had to cheat. Took the test again, got a perfect score again. They still like, oh yeah, she cheated again. Even though we sitting right here watching her, I know she cheated. She did something. Right? But these Edomites should go into a casino and try and count cards. Right? Try and count cards. Try and steal from you in broad daylight. Tax evasion. Right? Because you got to ask them, who just probably blew up that nursing home? They said a nursing home got blown up or something like that. He signed up messing with something. Hey, we ain't got enough money to, but look, it's fourth quarter. Got this insurance policy. These people ain't gonna make it anyway. There you go. They're the ones that stay doing stuff like that. They stay doing stuff like that. They'll talk about our schemes and the stuff that we do. That's a low level. And that's a low level type things, right? They go to the top of the scams. They at the top of the pharmaceutical company. They know that that what they're giving out in these bottles to these people are shortening their lives, but yet they're going to tell you, if you don't get it, well, hey, that's it. Con, the rust has not been wiped away because they don't give no accounts of their labor. They don't want to think about all the stuff they put out. They want us to forget about slavery, but we get a slavery movie damn near every year. They want you to forget about it. Oh, let's take it out the history books. Let's do that, right? But again, what's going on? You know why? Because we're not remembering the great evil that they've done to Israel. We're putting it to the side. If we would just beseech ourselves in this land of our that our oppressors have taken over from our people, we'll be in a better position. Go to Acts 4:29. Right? Because we as a nation, we need to pray for the Most High's help. When your children go to school, they need to know, don't you deal with nothing that have to do with Christmas. If you do, you hate God. You're going to have to get to the point where you have to start telling them like that. If you go there and you do anything that got to do with Christmas, I don't care if it's a candy cane on a paper, you hate God. You're going to have to tell them just like that because they're going to have a countermeasure for your child. Trust me, they're going to have a countermeasure. Don't you like candy canes? Who doesn't like a snowman? What did the snowman do to you? They doing reverse psychology on your children. Don't you want Santa to bring you some toys? Your mom knows Santa. They're just playing a game on you. They don't want you to know that you're getting a big surprise. Yeah, it's a big surprise that Santa Claus don't exist, right? So you just got to tell your children straight up, if you go to school and celebrate Thanksgiving or Halloween, right, or Christmas, you hate God, straight up. Because at the end of the day, you're not lying to your child. Letting them go there and participate in that foolishness, you are abating the lie. Come on. I'll be on the phone with clients. They be like, you have a Merry Christmas. I say, you too. Don't mean none of that. Don't mean none of that. And when a lot of times they say it, I just hang up the phone when they say it. But if I know that that call's being monitored and corporate could be listening to it, unfortunately, I gotta say you too. Don't want to. But again, this is the great evil that they're doing in Israel. Because if you tell them, I don't believe in that, they're going to get off their phone with you. As soon as that little survey come through that your job depend on in most cases, they're going to put whatever they put down on it. They're going to do that. This is why a lot of times I pray, Lord, don't ever let them say that junk to me. I hate Christmas. Because people act retarded during Christmas. They're taking God and say, can I see your hand? And spitting in it. And taking his hand and wiping it on his garment. And they say, Lord, let us have a blessed and Merry Christmas. After you done spit in his hand, he's reaching out to a nation undesired. It gets out of control. Acts 4:29, man. Peep this out right here. It says, and now, Lord, behold their threatenings. They threaten you. They threaten you when you don't do something, you don't go along with it. That's what they're going to do. They're going to threaten you. You don't want to come to the Christmas party. Why are you sitting here? You ain't doing nothing. You know, I don't celebrate that. What you celebrate? And when you tell them what you celebrate, now it turns into 21 questions. Oh, I didn't know that. Why you didn't say something? Because you don't care. You don't even care about the Christmas. Right? But it says right here, now, Lord, behold their threatenings, and grant unto thy servants that will all boldness they may speak thy word, by stretching forth thy hand to heal, and that signs and wonders may be done by the name of the holy child Yahushua. We need to pray for help. We got to pray for help, man. We have to, because it's getting out of control, right? And they assume, they assume that you're a Muslim. No, I'm not that. My old job, they put down that I was 7-day Adventist because I needed the Sabbath off. I said, well, whatever you got to put down, because I told you, right? Want to hear that? That's fine. That's why I like working from home. They be in the meet with the camera on, guess what? Mine is turned off. I don't want to see y'all. I don't want y'all to see me. Got my wireless headphones on. I'm walking around the house. They having a meeting. I'm over here having me something. You know what I'm saying? Got it on mute, talking to my wife if I need to be. What's a 7-day whatever? 7-day Adventist? That's kind of like Jehovah's Witnesses and stuff like that. I be chilling a lot of times. They be like, AJ, take myself off mute. Yeah, what's going on? Because in the meeting, I'm doing whatever. And I'm pushing the conversation that we just going to sit here and blab for an hour. So I can be, hey, guess what? I know when I come out this meeting, I got about 45 minutes left. I'm trying to take one more client, right? Shalom, lovely Lynn, good to see you. For whatever reason tonight, they are blocking words like con, shalom, all of that stuff, bro. Right? They acting real weird tonight on the blocking. All she put is all praise to the Most High, Father God, and Most High in Christ bless you all. And guess what they did? They got to put this here for, and I'm hitting show, and act like they don't want to show something like that. We got to look at it. This is now, yeah, they got the algorithm. You got to go big letter, small letter. You got to write it like a kidnapper now. It's getting out of control now. They're doing that. This is why I say if we're not learning to remember the great evil that they're doing in Israel, that evil is going to get even bigger and greater. And it's a confederation. It ain't just a small hats. It ain't even just a small hats anymore. Because now you got your own people that's willing to try and mark you out. Your own Israelite people. I'm not an Israelite. That's y'all. But what I'm finna do, I'm finna go tell Master you off this porch. Tell Master you spitting that cornbread last month. You in here teaching the word of the Most High to wake your people up. Right? That's why the scripture clearly states here in 29 that we have to speak with boldness, that we may speak the word by stretching forth thy hand to heal, right? That signs and wonders may be done by the name of the Holy Child, Yahushua. And when they had prayed, the place was shaken where they were assembled together, and they were filled with the Holy Ghost, and they spake the word of God with boldness, right? With boldness. Because at the end of the day, we weren't niggas until we showed out against Master. Because before, boy, girl, come here, boy, come here, girl. Like we're a dog. But as soon as we get the hey, I ain't doing that, or speaking up or speaking back, right? Look at that. He put con in there. They blocking the word con. You can't even say con now. It's okay. Right? It's okay. Because guess what? We remember the great evil. We remember that. We remember that. Right? They're going to keep trying to do this. They're going to keep trying to block it. Right? And the Most High is going to block the expectation on the longevity of their existence. That's going to get blocked. It's weird things that they're going to try and do as we get closer and closer, but we have to speak and we have to stand with boldness, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're celebrating Christmas, you hate Christ and you love pagan worship, right? Love it. Because again, you think the Lord is just sitting back and enjoying watching what these heathen are doing? It's like now we having a simple conversation. You saying come because you agree with the word of the Most High. Are they gonna block that? They're gonna block you from saying that you agree with the Lord? You see what I'm saying? Foolishness. Go to Zechariah 1 and 15. Right? Go into Zechariah 1 and 15. It says, I am very sore. I am very sore displeased with the heathen. Right? Very sore displeased with the heathen. That are at ease, for I was but a little displeased. and they helped forward the affliction. They're going to keep forwarding the affliction on us. They're not going to stop, right? They're not going to stop and say, oh, well, you know what? They had enough. They're not going to stop. They're going to keep going. Go to 2 Kings 14. 2 Kings chapter 14. Trying to block little words in the chat. You can type anything else. Now they're like, oh, you can't type that no more. You can't type the word yes. Can't be in agreement with the Bible. Right? 2 Kings 14, and let's go straight to it. Verse 26, right? It says, for the Lord saw the affliction of Israel, that it was very bitter. So the Lord is watching our affliction. He's bitter about this, right? He's bitter about this. The Lord is like a jealous lover. He don't want nobody talking to us. Who that in your phone? Right? Dang, you on Instagram all the time. Who you on Instagram with? Where you going? Who you going out with? The Lord want to know that. Why? Because he loves you. Because he loves you. If he didn't love you, he just let you go on out there and sin. Had them wicked spirits waiting on you. He'll have them evil spirits out there waiting on you. Right? That's the reason why he said he was very bitter. For there was not any shut up, nor left, nor any helper for Israel. You know why? Because what they're doing is finding a way to try to silence us. What they're doing is trying to increase the different techniques that they use to separate us. Right? They do it. They're going to find different ways. The Most High only wants the best piece of gold. Right? Like I was saying last time, hey, if you want to be a piece of gold in the Most High's gold chain, you got to be worthy. You got to be Smith ready. You're going to go through extreme heat, then coldness. You might get heat again, right? You're going to be soldered to the truth because they don't want you to go to heaven. They want you right here with them because they know that they don't have a chance, right? They know they don't have a chance. It's the same way. They try to apply the pressure, but the Most High is going to have the final say-so, right? When the Lord is seeing our oppression, when he's seeing what's going on, when them trying to apply that pressure, it makes them very bitter. So what does the Most High start to do? He starts to rile them up amongst themselves. So where they forget about us for a little bit. Yeah, they throw some little things at us, 1, 2, whatever, because we so preoccupied with things that they put in front of us. I guarantee you, if none of us logged on to like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram for like a month, not one indigenous Latino, Native American, or so-called Negro, it'd be a problem. They would be offering you money to post a video. I mean, they'll be offering you top dollar. And it will bother them because they were like, we don't know what these niggas out here doing. And to turn their phones off, I don't know how they're communicating. And we don't know what they're doing. They're not coming to the basketball arena. They're not showing up to the football games. They're not sports betting, right? They're not at the mall. We release every color of Jordans we can release. They're not buying none of them. I don't know what else to do. don't know what else to do. They would start to panic. They would start to panic because these heathen, as Psalms 83 tells you, they are Confederate. They are Confederate against our people. Right now, I hear the fire alarms, not fire alarms, excuse me, the police sirens outside going crazy. There's people out there doing foolishness. Those spirits are out there. They're out there waiting. Right? They're out there waiting. Come. More precious than fine gold would be $10,000 an ounce. $1 million an ounce. $1 billion an ounce. That's what we're striving to be. Purest gold. Yeah, 24 karat. I want to be 100 karat gold. You ever thought about that? Why I just stop at 24? Why I can't be 100 karat gold? That's the gold my ancestors had before they started stepping on it. It's so gold that it retracts light, absorbs it at the same time. That's what the streets of heaven are made of, 100 karat gold. Right? Why can't we want that? Jeremiah 48:11. Right? Because see, we gotta get on the tear slices. Right? The puppy powdering, canine cooking, cat catching cuisine. Thank you very much. Hurry up and buy. Moabites, we got to get on. Jeremiah 48:11. Right? It says Moab have been at ease from his youth. Oh yeah, they knew it. They had us in the bag since Atari. Right? Atari. Then they had the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, all the little game systems. They knew it. They had been at ease. They making that money. They sitting back. Oh, they're gonna level this. Mario, they never get to the end. Street Fighter 7. We just keep drawing 2 characters. They're gonna keep making that money. Right? And when you go over to their country, they over there into weird things, man. Moab and Ammon got little vending machines with used female underwear in that. And they buy that. They buy that. Just like how we line up for the Jordans, they line up for used underwear. They're lining up for that. Weird things. Right? And they don't see the thing is they cancel everything else. Oh, look what R. Kelly did. Cancel them, right? They'll cancel that. Why you not canceling that PlayStation 5? Because them people over there doing things that you wouldn't even allow your kids to look at. Right? They got so much underage SA going on over there. But guess what? You're not going to cancel that for Christmas. You ain't going to cancel that drone that you want to buy for your kids, right? But you would cancel your own people, but you won't cancel the people that hate you. You're not going to cancel that beauty supply shop. Elon gets on there and tell you straight up, when their women feel like they have the worst luck and their life is not going well, they have them come down to their temple. They shave their head bald. They put it in a big bin. They pray over it to their God. And then they take that hair, send it to America, and our women sew it in their hair. And you wonder why you can't keep them here. You wonder why your children won't listen to you. You wonder why you can't get a job. You wonder why you don't get along with your own parents. Because you're taking things sacrificed unto idols and you're attaching it to your body. They tell you what the lashes were called and what they were for, right? But yet you gotta have your lashes. Gotta get them, what is called mink. You gotta get your mink lashes, right? You gotta get that. You go in these nail salons, laughing at you, talking hard now, crap about you. They got on a mask, they don't even offer you a mask, and you in there inhaling all them chemicals. right? Be self-sufficient. Man, they don't even make them look like Ronald McDonald. It's crazy because it's like, that's like you going to a graveyard. You saw somebody at a funeral, like, damn, they had her hair laid. You go dig up her casket and snatch the wig off the dead body and wear it around. That's crazy. They showed some sisters, I don't know if it was out here or back in Florida. They shut down a hair salon. These women was like out there. You know, like if you trying to think of how I could describe this. It's almost like when you feeding ducks at the park and you throw down that little piece of bread, here come one. And then all of them start to come out of the water like, this nigga got bread. That's how the women was. They had to take, and I think it was in Dallas, they had to take the dumpster by police escort to throw the hair at the landfill and destroy it because they didn't want the women getting it, but they just wanted them on the news, right? They wanted them on the news out there for hours saying, we're going to give you the hair. We promise. We closed down the store. We took everything out. We'll give you the hair, right? Under a spell. Under a spell. They have done, this is why the Most High is bitter with them. This is why he's upset with Moab. Because Moab, man, look here. Got our women around here feeling like they ain't nothing without a weave. They ain't nothing without some kind of fake hair in their hair. They ain't nothing without lashes, right? Or poison makeup. Our women are the most beautiful women on the planet. They don't need none of that stuff. Esau the one around here needing that extra stuff, right? These other heathen nations need that stuff. We don't need that. We got the best hair, the best skin, the best of everything, but guess what? They make us to believe that we're nothing. This is why Jeremiah 48:11 says what it says. Moab has been at ease from his youth. He has settled on his lees. He have not been empty from vessel to vessel, neither has he gone into captivity. Therefore, his taste remained in him, and his scent is not changed. That's crazy. He's trying to say Moab has never been into captivity. Never. Never. He's like, I ain't never lose no sleep. I ain't never been without. I've always been balling. I've always been balling. It's like Birdman got on there and tried to stun on Master P. I started this stunting stuff. Right? That's what Moab has been doing since his childhood. But let's see what the scriptures say is going to happen. Jump down to verse 16. Right? Matter of fact, I'll start at 15. It says, Moab is spoiled and gone up out of her cities, and his chosen young men are gone down to the slaughter, saith the king, whose name is the Lord of hosts. The calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasteth fast. Right? It soon come for them. All that technology is going to be their downfall. You see that they was trying to build a sun. A sun. Right? To build their own sun. I know a lot of y'all have seen, like you'll be looking at a picture and it'll look like it's two suns in the sky. Right? Their calamity is coming in haste. They're so proud they don't even see it. They want you to celebrate Christmas too. The Moabites don't celebrate that stuff. They want you to because they know that their money is going to be double, triple, quadruple. They show the pictures in the mall of the pandemonium. Oh, they're going to buy it all. Ain't gonna be none left. It's the end of the year event. 50% off. That's the regular price. And it's probably double. They probably triple it and say, okay, we can't get triple, we can get double. We give them free shipping. Right? Think about it. They give you an iPhone, a Samsung Galaxy, any of these phones, right? But what they don't tell you is, peep this. If you have your phone on auto update, turn that off. Because what they're doing is a dice shake every time. Anytime you download an iOS update, you are giving your phone the jab. Because they already said, look, if you download this technology and it crashes your hard drive or affects your phone, they said it themselves. It's online. This ain't no military secret. They said, guess what? That's on you. You got to get another phone. That's on you. They could care less. You see what I'm saying? That's the little hustle that they run. Oh, we got a new phone coming out. Send out that iOS, crash everybody's phone. So they got no choice but to buy a new phone. Right? That's how they do it, just like BMW. Go a week past needing that oil change. Right? Go a week past needing that oil change on the BMW. You're going to need a whole new BMW. They have it set up that way. Right? That's why their calamity must come fast. Right? Used to last for years. Now it's 8 months. Let me tell you something. When you trade in the phone, what I do, I gotta read a list. Does your phone power on? Does your phone have any damage to the front or back of the glass? Does your phone have battery damage? Now, remember, you used to take your battery out your phone and get a new battery. Your phone will keep riding. Now you can't get it out. But one of the main questions to trade your phone in is your phone swelling? Is it too hot to touch? Is it leaking? Leaking? So I got a $1,500 phone and it's leaking? Right? Shalom, Akbar Barbie. Now, they playing that game. People call me, hey, my phone screen is black. I can't hear the sound. The screen don't work. All my apps look great. Yeah, when the last time you updated? Oh, last week? Last night? How long has it been happening? Since last night? Oh, okay. They already know what they're doing. They make the shoes and the clothes cheaper. Oh, we're making it with lighter materials we want to save the planet. But think about this, y'all. You get your orange juice in plastic. You get your meat wrapped in plastic, right? You get your vegetables in plastic. You get what else we get in plastic? Your cheese from the deli in plastic, right? You get all of these things in plastic, but now they want you to pay 10 cents or pay for a bag to save the environment, right? But the thing is now they play these games. All these people calling me all week. I need to get a phone for my child. I got Christmas gifts. I can't get the phone right now. They going crazy. You're waiting a couple of days before this holiday, and you expect it just to appear like magic. And when you can't get it, you acting a fool. Yeah. The hood. That's how you pronounce it. The hood lasted more than 4 years, right? You can take our phones, drop it in water, and put it in a bag of rice and come back to life. Try that now. Drop your phone in water. It's done. You sweat on your phone too hard. It's done. It's a wrap, right? And what's happening now, these heathens, they're being exposed by their own people. They have forums, right? We don't do forums. We have conversations at a cookout or a family reunion or an event where we see one another. Or we might read a Facebook post, right? Go to Psalms 102 and 15. All right? Because what we have to understand is, it says, and so the heathen shall fear the name of the Lord, and all the kings of the earth thy glory. When the Lord shall build up Zion, he shall appear in his glory. He will regard the prayers of the destitute and not despise their prayers. We gotta look at, are you keeping the commandments? Tell your children straight up, son, you go to school and you participate in any of these heathen days, baby girl, if you do that, you hate God. You hate God? No. Okay. And you get that call from the school, hey, little so-and-so told me that they can't color no Thanksgiving turkey on their hand, but the little imprint of their hand for the wall, because they said if they do that, they hate God and they hate their family. Is that what you're telling them? Yeah, we have a lot of Native Americans in our family. Do you think that's not insensitive to them? Because, I mean, would you tell us to draw a summer camp with small hats behind the gate, go into the oven like Pillsbury Doughboy? Would you tell us to draw that? Would that be okay? No, that wouldn't be okay, would it? Right? Because once you pull the magnifying glass back, these kings, it's all a puppet show. The Most High is putting on a grand performance. A lot of these people are operating under autopilot. The president of China, Japan, you name it. What is it, G70 summit, all the world leaders come together. They're on one accord. They're wondering about how to stop Yahri from coming back. Let's keep his people in sin. We can do this forever. We can rule this world forever. We just keep his people in sin, right? Well, I want you to think about something. They know about this, Revelations 18 and 10. Because they want to keep us in sin for this reason right here. In the book of Revelations, chapter 18, verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all fine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of the most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble. Nobody's going to be buying that no more. That's a problem. These Caucasian Confederates, they're upset. Psalms 83 exposes them. All of y'all, let the court documents show. They're going to be like, we got to take this Bible from these niggas here. It's a problem. We can't get them to participate in nothing. Somebody gets shot down the street, they're not even protesting no more. Yeah, like it didn't happen. Now we don't even want to shoot them no more. It's crazy, right? Because what they're assuming is that they're free, right? They think that they're free, scot-free, like it's gonna all go away. If we can make these so-called Israelites as guilty as us, maybe their God will bless us instead of them. Still trying to scratch for that blessing that you didn't want, huh, Esau? Go to James 2 and 13. Right? The book of James, chapter 2, verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy. Right? That have shewed no mercy. And mercy rejoiceth against judgment. I'm going to read it again, just in case you didn't catch that. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have shewed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. They know it's coming. They know Yahweh is coming to show no mercy. Straight judgment. They don't want to hear none of that. You're not going to be able to bribe Yahweh, right? You're not going to be able to offer him the same kind of little talk that King Demetrius tried to do Jonathan with. It ain't going to work, right? Go to Matthew 12 and 36, right? Powerful precept. The book of Genesis, the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 36, verse of Christ. It says, but I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Let's keep them in sin. You gotta know them, right? Like that Judah chapter 5, verse 19 and 20. They plotting. Like that song say, they stay scheming, right? Stay scheming. They wanna get at me. They wanna get at you for your salvation. If they can get you to go back to just being a good old real nigga, right? A good old bad bee. Bro, you're so stupid. Christmas is Hanukkah. What are you talking about? Wow. Well, let's look at Ramel. Let's take a look. Right? He's upset. Sometimes people get upset. That's when they get the typing in caps. Christmas is not Hanukkah, bro. Christmas is not Hanukkah. Let's go to this channel. Let's look. A bunch of foolishness, right? A bunch of foolishness. Your thumbnail, right? Just your thumbnail right here. That's you, Esau. That's you. We're wicked, right? That's what we are. But again, your own technology or your own people blocked you from even typing all of that, right? You typed all of that, and guess what? Nobody can see it unless I hit show, right? Jesus does not know you. You're wicked. Jesus know that I keep his commandments. Jesus know that he never celebrated Christmas, right? Yes, he kept Hanukkah, the Feast of Lights, but why are your people trying to defile a high holy day? You got Satan associated with Christmas. Oh, we call him Saint Nick. No such thing, right? No such thing. Jeremiah 10 tells us not to do what y'all do. Oh, don't cut down the pine tree, no tree. And deck it with silver and gold, like the songs that y'all sing, silver and gold. You come on, man. Don't do it. Bro, you're so stupid. You're so mad. Oh, you typed all of that. A little perfect paragraph. You thought I'm gonna type it out. Guess what? YouTube said, nah, I'm not gonna allow it. And that's cool, right? That's cool. Because again, every idle word that men speak, they should give an account thereof in the day of judgment. Right? Your time is up. Nah, your time's up, Esau. It bothers you. It bothers you that Christ don't know you. It bothers you that your people are being exposed day by day for the wickedness of the origins of pagan worship. If you're celebrating Christmas, you hate Christ and you love pagan worship, because that's all it is. It's pagan worship. You look up the origins of Christmas, it tells you what it is, right? If it wasn't there, fact check would been already deleted that. Your technology is there to stop the truth from coming out, right? But when it's true enough and they say, hey, you dumb enough to do it, then hey, it's going to boost the economy. Just let them go ahead and keep believing that. Go to Romans 14 and 12, right? Because you're going to have to give an account too, Ramel, right? You're going to have to give an account too. Esau, you're mad. It bothers you. Came in there, tried to type it, dang, it didn't show up. I'm going to leave. Cool. We ain't tripping, right? Go to Romans 14 and verse 12, right? Because we have to look at what the scriptures say. It says, so every one of us shall give an account of himself to God. So me keeping the commandments that God commanded and never said that we have to stop keeping those, I have to give an account for that. Every new moon, every feast of dedication, every feast of tabernacles, every day of Purim, destruction of Nicanor, Passover, unleavened bread, Day of Atonement, right? All of these high holy days, we celebrate the grace and mercy of the Most High and exalt his commandments and the opportunity to do thus say he, right? All praises to Yahweh by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua. They hate that. They hate the fact that you know who you are now. They hate the fact that you are able to realize that their gig is up. Their time is short. You watch when Christmas comes. Listen, it's gonna be quiet as a church mouse outside. Y'all remember how it was when we had Christmas? Everybody had a bike, a football, jump rope, motor patrol car, frisbee, you name it. Outside playing. Y'all stay out the street. Now you don't hear nothing outside. You know why? Because it's coming to an end. It's wrapping up. Right? Zechariah 11 and 5. Because all they want to do is play the victim. Oh, you're Black Christ BS. Oh, it makes me mad that you know what color he is. I'm gonna say he's green. He's Middle Eastern. Either way, y'all don't like Middle Easterns. Y'all don't like black people. Y'all don't like anything that's not Esau. If y'all can't draw the boat, if y'all can't have y'all hand on the steering wheel, y'all don't like it. It's been that way. Y'all came over here, y'all stole the land from the Native Americans, then try to turn it into all this other stuff and run them off their own land. Thieves, bro, from day one. The pilgrims, we're lost. Can you help us out? Can you spare some corn? Oh, that corn looks so delicious. I'll give you some of these blankets. Had some dead bodies in them. They died from the blue blinded plague, but you don't know what that is. It's all right. It'll keep you warm. Biological warfare. How contagious that Black Death was that they were bringing with them. And people were dying from on the boat. They knew the plague, but they were willing to give that. And they gave it with a smile. So I can have this little bit of y'all. Yeah, you can have this little bit of acreage right here. And turn into it. We want yours too. All right, we're going to go get some of our buddies. Hey, we got a lot of land over here. Let's take it over. They're not going to be able to stop us. Let's get some guns. We kill all of them. And that's how it was, right? Zechariah 11 and 5, it says, who possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. That's what they do. Yeah, we got the Native Americans, but this is America now. Let's put our face on the money. We'll give them a buffalo nickel. Wow. We'll put them on reservations that nobody gets to show up to. We'll do that, right? It says, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. That's what Esau does. We're rich. We made the railroad. All of these things off the blood, sweat, and tears of our people, the Negroes, Indigenous, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's not about a color. It's about a bloodline. It's about ethnicity, right? But every time it turns into color things, right? I don't even call them a Blanco. I don't even call them that because they're Rojo or Edom. Simple. But again, they want to turn it into a color thing because when you deal with the facts and they don't have any more facts, now they got to turn it into something else. It's the same thing over and over. This is why we have to remember the great evil that they've done to Israel, like the scriptures say, right? You know why we have to do that? Because it's getting to the point now, just like the heathen came in here mocking and scoffing, right? Psalms 115, verse 2. This is why it's important. The book of Psalms, chapter 115, verse 2. It says, wherefore should the heathen say, where now? Where is now their God? They're ready to say that, right? They're ready to say that. Where's their God now? They can't save them. We're ruling the earth. Where's their God, right? You're mocking and scoffing where their God is. Go to Philippians chapter 3. They want to tell you where's their God, right? But I thought we all served the same God, but now it's where's their God? So they know what it is, man. They can play dumb all they want. They can do the schematics all day. Philippians 3 and verse 19. And it reads, it says, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind things. Esau minds the earthly things. I gotta have this $1.2 billion property. We're gonna build us a new state-of-the-art XYZ. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We gotta have this. We gotta have the land for that. If we don't have it, we gotta go take it. Right? They mind these earthly things. And it gets out of control. Go to Jude 1 and 13. Because now they get to the point where they can't control themselves with it, right? The book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 13. Raging waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame, wandering stars, to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. Right? They got to look at what they're actually doing. They're worried about that. They're raging. They're wandering from place to place, trying to find something new. We're going to go we're going to another planet. Can't even get out of this one. Firmament's not allowing you to do that. You're not more powerful than God. You can tell us you got a space station up there, just like the beginning of it. We don't believe that. We really don't. We really don't, because as proper as our country is, if we had a space station up there, we would build a banner and write USA in the sky, to where it can be seen every time you get nighttime. You will see USA in the sky. You ain't got that. You ain't got that. They ain't never make it out. Tell y'all anything, right? Because they think people are stupid. They think people are stupid. That's the whole thing. They don't believe that you're smart at all. You can go to college and get all the doctrine and degrees you want. Still not going to be anything. To them, you're still going to be another minority in their eyes. Go to Isaiah 57 and 20. It's going to be my last precept. Isaiah chapter 57 and verse 20. It says, but the wicked are like the troubled sea when it cannot rest, whose water cast up mire and dirt. There is no peace, saith my God, to the wicked. There is no peace for them. None whatsoever. And they're deserving of not having that peace. Right? They're not deserving of having that peace. We must not envy the ways of our oppressor, like Jeremiah 2-4. Well, chapter 10, 2-4, Salaki. If you're celebrating Christmas, you really hate Christ. And you really love pagan worship. If you're celebrating New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, you really hate Christ. You love pagan worship. Same thing for St. Patty's Day, Valentine's Day, any day that ain't a day of the Lord, and you celebrating it, you hate Christ. And you hate his Father. You do. It's that simple. Right? It's that simple. Here at the Battle Axes of the Most High, we say keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. So I'm going to go ahead and get us a law, a commandment. I pray all of y'all had a blessed day and was edified by this lesson as I was. All praises call halal Yahweh ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua. Barakatah Yahweh. So here, let me get this verse. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 12. Right? We're going to get some statutes and some judgments. Because this is what we have to do. Telling your child if you go to school, you celebrate any of these pagan days that you hate God and you hate Christ, right? This is what we're going to do. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 1. These are the statutes and judgments which ye shall observe to do in the land which the Lord thy God of thy fathers giveth thee to possess all the days that ye live upon the earth. Right? So that means right now. Ye shall utterly destroy all the places wherein the nation which ye shall possess serve their gods, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Easter, right? Their gods upon the high mountains, right? And upon the hills and under every green tree. And ye shall overthrow their altars, telling your children not to celebrate or you hate God, telling your family, making sure that they understand any of that celebration. My daughter said, oh, we got a Christmas party at work. I said, I pray that y'all don't have no kind of Christmas party at work. She came home and said, oh, they canceled it. Like a couple of days later. I said, all praises, right? I said, imagine you at that Christmas party, even though you don't want to be there, you're sitting there anyway, you're participating, and your house shot show up. What you going to tell them? What you going to tell them? What can you tell them at that point, right? It says, ye shall overthrow their altars and break their pillars and burn their groves with fire. And ye shall hew down the graven images of their God and destroy the names of them out of that place. Ye shall not do so unto the Lord your God, right? If you're celebrating, just like I just said, if you are celebrating Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, New Year's, St. Patty's Day, Valentine's Day, Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, right? If you celebrating any of these pagan worship, Martin Luther King Day, Columbus Day, any of that, what does verse 4 says, right? Matter of fact, I'll read verse 3 again, and then go on to 4, and you hear it, thus said the Lord. And ye shall overthrow their altars, and break their pillars, and burn their groves with fire, right? Ye shall hew down the graven images of their God, and destroy the names of them out of that place. Ye shall not do so unto the Lord your God. We should not disrespect the Most High God by keeping these holidays. I don't care if your grandma saying, oh, she may not make it. Come on by and see. Better FaceTime or put it on FaceTime. I'm not coming to that house. I got a Christmas tree up in there. Nope. Now that sounds extreme. I know it do. But what are you going to tell Christ if you're over there and he decide to come back while you're over there? You're not going to be able to tell Christ nothing, bro. You're not. Oh, I just came over to see Nana. Yeah, you finna join her now. Lake of fire for both of y'all. What you gonna do? Oh, man. Foolishness, bro. Foolishness. Shalom, King James Judah, right? And all the brothers that and sisters that was in the chat, you got to think about that. Don't fall for that. I'm telling you, don't fall for that. Oh yeah, I got a little something for you. You know you ain't been working. The devil gonna tell one of them, I got like $500 for you. Just come by and get it. Yeah, come by and get your Christmas gift. And while you over there getting that $500, your engine blow out on your car on the way over there. Anything can happen. I'm telling you, don't fall for it. Don't. We have to do thus say the Lord. If you don't do it, you don't love Christ. You don't love the Most High. Right? You don't. I'm Officer Ehud Banya Sharala, the Battle Axes of the Most High, coming to you with our power, right? Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Well, not Shabbat Shalom, Salakia. I want to bid y'all a Shalom, or God of all Shalom, Shalom. Kahala Yahweh Bahashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shah, Brakatah Yasharala, Brakatah Akim Wa Akhwatim. Right? Shema Yah Palah Yahweh. Hear our prayer, right? Because we're begging the Most High to protect us from this. And call Halal Yahweh. I'm nothing without him. I'm still just a humble servant. If it isn't for the Lord inspiring me by putting this word on my heart, giving me these precepts through his word, teaching me to allow me to come before you humbly and bring and present what he wants me to provide, I wouldn't be doing nothing, right? I wouldn't be doing nothing at all. Can't do anything. Like a paraplegic. We're paraplegics without the Most High, man. Straight paraplegic, no arms, no legs, sitting there. I seen the craziest thing the other day. Edomite playing Call of Duty with this little thing he could put in his mouth. He got no arms, no legs. And he out there sniping dudes down, bro. He had like 1,000. I was just flipping through YouTube and I came across it. I showed my wife. I said, bro, look at this. Babe, come here. He said, what? I said, look, he in here sniping people down with a little mouth controller. I don't even know how he was doing it. I mean, he just like he playing like he got a whole PlayStation. He is killing that mother, bro. He's killing that mother. No arms, no legs, control like a little, like a, I don't know what you want to call it, like a little black little controller thing in his mouth, and he's just like he blowing in it or whatever. And he just shooting this one, duck, slide, throw a grenade. This, I'm like, I said, this boy here, man. You can't imagine losing to the dude that's shaped like a sweet potato. Yeah, straight up, shaped like a sweet potato, bro. That's crazy, crazy work. But guess what? Hey, the Lord shaped him like a sweet potato, right? Now he makes the music. Now he show you what that mouth do on that game. He definitely shows you what it does. You play against him in Madden, hey, he straight interception, no hands, right? 2K, you taking it straight to the hole with the little mouthpiece. Crazy. It's crazy work, man. But again, you're not going to stop Esau unless you remember the great evil that he's done to Israel, for he afflicted us very sore. I bid y'all Gadawal Shalom, Officer Ehud Banya Sharala. Most High willing, I'll see y'all on Friday for Fervent Friday. Shalom.